Alright, ladies and gentlemen, or mostly gentlemen, or teenage summer fags, whatever, and Gaga's teeth if you're fucking here anyway. Welcome to TOTKORadio. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and do my normal intro, the, fuck your face, whatever shit. I'm going to change it up just a little bit from now because I realized in the last couple of days sort of what the biggest problem is with this, and perhaps I have a better chance of attracting more people, especially since it's now, approximately 1:30 a.m. on Saturday, Central Daylight Time. Pardon me. Anyway, I'm not going to respond ever in the thread with text. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read whatever I read, if there's anything being read. So obviously the more people there are, the more stuff I get to read, and therefore have a better chance of responding. I will use reaction images or other imagery in tandem with my posts if I feel it's necessary. Even though it may or may not be useful to use text-based responses, I'm not going to do that today. I'm testing this out. This is an experiment. I'm going to see how well this works. So, first and foremost, I'm going to talk about B.O.B. Airplane. Now, I don't know how many people here listen to any top 40 radio stations, but that's apparently where you can hear B.O.B. Airplanes. Now, personally, I don't really care for B.O.B.'s Airplanes #1. Part 2, on the other hand, I like. It's a little more emotive. Plus, Eminem's in it, and I like Eminem. I've never heard B.O.B. before until this. And, initially when I heard this song, I thought it was like two different songs that they put together. I didn't realize that it was one whole song, and it just happened to have, two collaborations in it. Hayley Williams does a fantastic job at harmonizing in this. You start it off, she's vocalizing, and it's beautiful, really. It's a very appealing thing. Now, I've said before, I like female vocalists. I haven't heard a whole lot of Paramore stuff, but what she does in this song is fantastic. The way it goes about, the first verse, B.O.B., he talks about all this stuff, and it's this whole make-believe scenario that's going on. And I guess in a way we can all sort of relate to it because, we all have our dreams, whatever they are. Everyone has them, not just, non-celebrity, artists, if you will, normal people, if you will. We all have dreams, and the reason why is because we're all people, and that's normal for people. So in essence, Eminem, B.O.B., Hayley Williams, they all have dreams because they too are normal people. It goes into the second verse, and now B.O.B. talks about what's really going on. All the bullshit he had to deal with, the fact that he lived in a shitty neighborhood. Hell, he says in here, but I ain't have neighbors, that's why they call it hood. He's talking about running off into the blackness. Now, I don't know what that is, and maybe he's hiding from something in a literal sense or a figurative sense. I really don't know. But it definitely tells a story, his background. And then you get a bit of B.O.B. and Hayley singing. And it seems like yesterday. It was just a dream. But those days are gone. They're just memories. And then Eminem comes in, and he starts off like his normal rap. It has that flow, it has that sharpness to it. And then it gets to the point where he says, pretend he just stayed outside all day and played with his friends. And then he gets angry and he says, pretend he even had a friend to say it was his friend. And it wasn't time to move and schools weren't changing again. He wasn't socially awkward and just strange as a kid. He had a father and his mother wasn't crazy as shit. You know, that talks a lot about who he is. I mean, he's talked about himself, his past, in a lot of his songs in the past. The man's fucking troubled, seriously. Obviously. We look at Recovery, we look at Not Afraid. He talks about how Relapse was a shitty album, and, you know, the whole thing was dealing with his drug addictions and shit. The man is obviously fucked in the head, but he's normal because of that. And I think the greatest appeal about this song, Airplanes, Part 2, is that it shows the humanity of these two individuals, B.O.B. and Eminem. In addition to both of them, we have the harmonizing of Hayley Williams, who does a great job. And, you know, I know the concept, if you will, of pretending that airplanes in the night sky are shooting stars. You know, first of all, shooting stars, what the fuck? Where did all that come from? Pretty much Pinocchio, for the most part. When you wish upon a star, whatever. Who knows? That may not have been the first circumstance, but it seems silly, and it's easy to make fun of, but sometimes you get into a spot of desperation, and all you want is just to make a wish and make it all go away. And it shows that perhaps these individuals, these now stars of the rap world, they too have felt the same way. Well, thank you so much for the whole radio voice compliment. But if you've got a voice of an angel, then why would you even wish? Perhaps on an airplane? That you had a voice like mine. I mean, you can't go very far with a radio voice. Radio, fuck, I've talked to many people who work in the radio business, and basically, you're in two situations. You're either waiting to get fired, or you're getting fired. You're constantly changing jobs. Now, okay, Kid Craddock lives out here in Dallas, and I think it's fucking Irving. And the man has been on the radio for as long as I can remember. I started listening to Kiss FM 106. Excuse me. I'm on my third beer, by the way. I've been listening to 106.1 Kiss FM. Well, I mean, I haven't been listening to it since I was 13 or however young I was. But I started listening to it right around 6th grade, so it's about 12, 13, and so it was a good 16 years ago. And the man was on then, and he's still on now. But the show is no longer only local. It is now nationwide. People all over the United States have to listen to this dumbass and Kelly Raspberry and Big Al. Big Al's awesome. He runs a fucking limo company. And he's great. He's awesome. He's got a great personality. But they're all getting fucking old. I don't know what they look like. I know Kid Craddock looks fucking weird. I mean, he looks old. The fact that he still has his job is... There's obviously something, I don't know, maybe magical or mystical. Or, oh, wait, maybe he's part of the Illuminati. You know, that's how everybody explains anybody who is in the music industry who's successful. It's their scapegoat, apparently. The only way they can fathom these people being able to do this stuff is through some sort of underhanded New World Order secret club BS. I think they're all full of shit when they say that. I can't think of anything else to say. Alright, I've got a thought. So, I've already seen the new Alejandro video, like over 40 times. I itemized that. The song's about 8 minutes and 45 seconds long. That equates to about 6 hours and 50 minutes. This is 350 minutes. That's a lot of watching. Now, I'm pretty sure I watched a good 20, 25 times in the first day. And then, you know, and very soon after I started watching it, I came over here to Moo. And somebody had actually uploaded a high-quality version of it. And I was like, hell yeah, I gotta have that shit. It took like 2 hours to download. Well, maybe not 2 hours, like 30 minutes, I guess. It felt like forever. Now, unfortunately, my computer sucks, so it didn't play the video. I had to edit. I had to convert it more or less to a lower quality, and so now I have it on my PSP and I can watch it at work. And one of the things I've noticed about it, and everybody seems to talk about this on the video itself, online, when she's quote-unquote eating the rosary, you know, all these Catholics and Christians, they get all up in arms about this whole damn thing. It's like, oh my God, you're eating the rosary. Hey, I was raised Catholic. I was confirmed at the age of 14. Apparently I'm still 14 because my voice continually cracks. I fucking hate that, by the way. Hold on a sec, I'm drinking me a little bit of beer. I'm a 14-year-old drinking beer. Yeah. I'm a badass. Shiner, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. And, you know, I never really gave a damn about all the sacraments. You know, I dealt with baptism. I've been baptized. I've done confession. I've done, what is it, the Holy Communion, where you eat the host. You're supposedly eating Christ's body, but it's, you know, bread that's been quote-unquote blessed. You know, I think there's 7 sacraments. I don't remember all of them. Holy matrimony is one of them. Last rites, that's when a person dies. Oh, the 7th one is holy orders. A little bit of a Catholic lesson here. I know, it's weird, right? But we're talking about stuff in relation to that, so don't worry. And it is music related, to a degree. The holy orders is when you become a priest or a nun or whatever. But I was confirmed, and I don't even really remember what it was about, and I don't really care. But I'm using that as sort of a basis of my understanding of Catholicism. And I really don't understand the big deal. Now, I consider myself a recovering Catholic. Most people laugh at that when I say that. Maybe it's the tone of my voice, maybe it's that radio voice of mine. I don't know. But it's always been found funny by people, and so I always say it, and it generally gets a laugh. But after having watched that video over 40 fucking times, I've realized that she's not actually eating it. Most people think I'm full of shit if I say that, I'm sure. I haven't really told anybody this because it's my own perception of things, and music videos and music in general is subjective. But it's actually reverse footage, if you pay attention. The cross of the crucifix, which is at the bottom, moves up on its own into her mouth. And then it looks as if she feeds herself it. But I think that it may have been intentional to show it that way. The cross moving on its own, going into her mouth. Because the way I see that, in a sort of symbolic sense, is that it is, if you will, shoving itself down her throat. Did I blow your mind? Probably not. You're probably like, who gives a shit? I'm sure most people are like, man, stop fucking talking about Gaga. Well, I like her. And this is my radio show, and I do try to at least give a viewpoint that, you know, hopefully somebody's going to listen to and say, hey, that's kind of cool. I don't want to watch the damn video, but okay, cool, whatever. So, I think what it's essentially saying is that Catholicism and or religion in of itself perpetuates itself by shoving itself down your throat. And in order to do that, it has to have people to help it. I know that she was raised in a Catholic family. She went to Catholic high school. Her sister just graduated from the same high school. During her most recent, what was it? It was that Show Studio interview. She was talking about how she kept kind of beating around the bush in regards to this. It's like she wanted to say something, but she didn't want to actually have it on record. I think if I could get her in person and say, hey, what's the deal? She would just go all out on this fucking school, because it sounds like what happened was the bureaucracy within this Catholic school has made life hell for her sister in some respect or another, and they are disrespecting her family, and it's because of her fame and essentially who she is and what she represents. And the thing is that she wouldn't be where she is without that school. If you look back in your own past, you will find that connecting the dots leads to where you are. Because of your experiences in life, you end up where you are, essentially. It seems a little, I guess, predestined, but it's really not predestination. It's cause and effect. Things happen, behaviors change, attitudes change because of those things that happened. And so you end up who you are, where you are, at the time that you are there, because of your experiences in your past. And she is where she is, essentially, because she went to that school. Had she not gone to that school, maybe she would never even been popular. Who knows? Or it may have taken her longer, or maybe it would have taken less time. She might already be old news by now, or she may already be in full bloom, or she may not even be known yet. Who knows? We can't speculate about something that has never happened, and never will happen, and can't happen, because the past has written itself. So there's my thought on the rosary issue in Alejandro. Have fun with that. Alright, I'll go ahead and answer your question. I don't know how I'm going to pronounce your name, so I'm probably going to fuck it up. Abradix 01 Vis. I don't know. Whatever. Well, if you have got a high singing voice, I could understand that. I don't really know what tone my voice is. I don't know all that shit. The way they spell kiss around here is actually Kiss. I know Ryan Seacrest does his thing. Rick Dees used to be pretty good. Oh, who the fuck was it back in the day? Oh, shit! If I heard his name, I would know it. Oh, wait. Casey Kasem. Fucking Casey Kasem. He was a badass. He was friendly, but he knew how to deliver what he needed to deliver in regards to top 40 and whatnot. I really haven't heard a lot of Eminem's work. The other day, I was just kind of skimming through some of his stuff, and I was on YouTube at work, because, fuck, I can do it. And he's got some material that I like, and maybe it's because of what I saw, the limited exposure I have to Eminem. I like his hardcore type stuff too. I like it when he's a complete fucking dick. He's just mean and angsty and angry at everybody. I listened to Mosh yesterday, and I was like, fuck, man. This was years ago, and I still feel like fucking just storming in the White House and storming Congress and starting some shit. Being somewhat anarchist, but at the same time having a sense of order and fighting the power, if you will. I think that's the cool thing about how artists do what they do. They make a message with their music. They make a message with their music videos. The whole Alejandro thing. I'm not going to get into that, but that message, that video has a fucking message. And she's trying to get some get a point across. And I think she did a good job of it because people are talking about it. And that's what matters, is when people talk about your shit. Now, Hayley Williams, personally, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really listen to Paramore. It's not that I don't like their stuff, I just haven't been really exposed to it, and because I'm an ADD basket case. Hold on. Fucker! God damn it. Because I'm an ADD basket case, I tend to forget some shit that maybe I would have otherwise. I mean, I had to write down the word Airplanes Part 2, and I had to read it like 4 times. And then later in the day, I'm like, what did I have to do again? Did I write it down? Let me check to see if I wrote it down. Airplanes Part. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, I reminded myself multiple times all day today that this is what I'm going to start my little radio show with. Because occasionally that song really gets to me. Guest spots, they come and go. She didn't do a lot of singing. She probably spent maybe, 10 minutes in the studio and that's it? Actually doing something, who knows? She may have been fucking both of them. I don't know. And I really don't care, to be honest. Personally, it doesn't matter to me what it is, the overall, or if you will, the all-encompassing qualities of an artist are. I don't care if 90% of their shit is shit. If I like the other 10%, that's all I care about, really. I know it seems a little simple-minded, but the subjectivity of music is what it is. It's subjective. You like what you like for whatever reason you like it. If you only like it because it sounds good and it moves you, whether emotionally or physically, it doesn't matter. I mean, perfect example, Give Me More by Britney Spears. I was listening to that song while I was changing out of my work clothes earlier today, and, I was kind of getting a little groove there, and I was, like, shaking my ass and shit, and I'm like, damn, she chose the perfect fucking video for this song. It's a goddamn stripper song. I felt like a goddamn fucking, I wasn't a Chippendale stripper, but I was like, shit, if I had me a girl in the bed or something, and I was doing all that shit, she'd probably be getting all happy, and who knows, maybe I'm full of shit. Well, no, I am full of shit, I know that. Whether or not anybody gives a shit, it's up to them. But I don't know about Rihanna. I've heard her, shit, what is that new song of hers? You're probably telling me right now when you're listening to this. Rihanna. What is it? Dirty Boy? Rude Boy, that's right. That song's actually kind of cool. I mean, it's overly sexualized, but I don't care. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it flows. I like its movement. I like the bounce and the beat. I hear it because I listen to the local top 40 when I wake up. It's the radio station that's on when I wake up. And I don't dislike it. Who I do dislike, though, is Train. Now, I was listening to Soul Sister a couple weeks ago, and it was okay, and they kept playing it over and over and over and over and over again. Most songs, if I like it, I don't care. This song, I couldn't fucking stand it after about 10 plays. I was like, fuck, get it off my radio. I actually missed Gaga songs and other fun stuff, because what I do is I just turn the fucker off, and I go about, browsing Moo or checking emails or some bullshit, and I'd be like, oh shit, are they playing anything worthwhile? I turn it on, maybe they're playing that stupid song with... They're actually playing a song, I think, with Justin Bieber on there. And the first time I heard that song, I thought it was a girl. Now, what does that say? Now, I don't really like the song. It kind of got stuck in my head, unfortunately, earlier today. But, I have a cure for that. Most would consider it a gun. Mine is Gaga, so whatever. I don't give a shit. But, I lost my train of thought, so have fun with that. I don't think I really addressed this. that song starts off real slow, and it progresses. And then once Eminem gets in, he's Eminem's self. He personifies himself in this song. He is an angry, bitter motherfucker. And really, it's not about wishing upon a star or wishing, it's really this metaphorical thing. The whole damn song is essentially some form of irony. And what they're really saying is, you can't be wishing on fucking stars. If you're gonna get anything in life, you gotta go through the shit. You don't find gold laying on the fucking beach. What do? You find the map, you see where the X is, you find the goddamn X, and you go dig for it, and maybe there's a box in there full of some gold. Maybe there ain't no bullion. Maybe there's another fucking map leading somewhere else. You gotta dig through a lot of shit to get to the gold. And I think that's really what they're talking about in that song. The reason I like this song is not because of Hayley Williams and her harmonizing. I like all of it. The whole song, the meaning behind it, the ordeals that, the humanity that these people are showing off. If that's not what you want, that's fine. I'm not here to pressure anybody. I'm not here to say, hey, my opinion is how it is, bitches. And if you disagree, you're a dumbass. That's the rest of Moo. Not me. Occasionally I do it because I want to be an ass, or maybe I kind of get in the mood to do it or whatever, but I'd rather just have a fun banter where I just talk about shit. And, whatever comes from it, whether it's 15 minutes later or 15 years down the goddamn road, who knows. I am, if you will, a means to an end. I influence people on a regular basis, but nobody gives a shit. It's just that maybe I give them a little seed, or I plant a little seed in their head, and it grows on its own based on whatever sunlight or whatever nutrients it gets. Whatever the experiences this little seed that I've given them has, grows at whatever rate because of the experiences, because of what it is receiving. We all do it, really. I'm just, I think, aware of it, is all. And I hope that motherfucker Gaga's teeth has decided to show up at some point, since posting in other fucking threads. I told him to come over here, so we'll see what happens. Oops, fuck. Had my mic sticking up in there. Bieber, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for him to hit puberty. We'll see what happens then. I think that because there's enough money invested in him, he's gonna stick around. Cause he's cute. All the girls like him. There's a girl up at work. She's like, I think 24-ish, 21. Who knows? She's old enough to drink legally, so she's at least 21. And I've talked to her about Gaga before, but in reality, she's one of the reasons why I even know about Gaga, and I'll get on that question here in a little bit. But this woman is all about Justin Bieber. She's not the crazy psycho Bieber fan, because she's not 14. And I think that's the reason why his this baby video has such a massive collection of views, is because it's just like fucking Twilight. He is right now the musical version of Twilight. He is appealing to all the insecure bitches and all the tween girls. And there's a lot of people who fall under those categories. A lot of them. I mean, I know girls who are, they're my age. I grew, I went to high school with them. We're supposed to be having our 10-year reunion soon. And these girls are like, oh my god, I love Twilight! I can't wait to read the book again for the 5th time! It's like, shit, I haven't read some of the great books I've got more than 2 or 3 times. Shit. And, you know, they fall in love with Bieber, and I'm like, what the hell is the appeal? Maybe it's because I'm a guy. I don't know. I really can't speculate on what's going to happen with him. Because, like I said, because people have invested money in him, he's going to at least stick around for a while. Maybe another 10 years, maybe another 5 years. Hopefully 5 years is the maximum. You know, by then he'll be 20. Or, you know, he'll probably, if the money and the bureaucracy have their way, which is very likely, I could see it as sort of a, we're not considering a clone or a mimicry, but something along the lines of how Justin Timberlake has gone off and done his own thing, where he went from, was it fucking NSYNC or Backstreet? I think it was NSYNC. You know, he did some sort of, you know, gay club with lots of guys singing, boy band bullshit. And now he's doing his own thing. Now, there are a couple songs that I like of his. There's only one I can think of off the top of my head. I like, was it Bringing Sexy Back or whatever? I like that song. It's kind of a cool song. I don't think it sucks, but that doesn't mean that I like all of his music either. So we'll see what happens with Bieber. Right now, his video is steadily gaining on Bad Romance for views. Soon it will have 200 million views. And I've already predicted this. I don't care what the Gaga fans want to do. They don't have the numbers to make that video stay number one. And it's fine, because you know what? Bieber had to follow in those footsteps. That's a little bit biased on my part. Let's see here. I guess I was close enough to saying it. Let's see. It would be nice, like I said, it would be nice if he falls off. He probably won't, so don't hold your breath. Do I think any of these pop artists have true staying power? I honestly do think that Lady Gaga has it. I am a fan, yes. I'm pretty hardcore. I've already bought a ticket to her March show in Dallas, and I haven't even gone to the show that I purchased for July yet, if that says anything about my bias. But I don't think I'm stupid either. I'm sure a lot of people do, and that's fine. They can have their opinion. Opinions don't equal facts. I'm a pretty smart person. I don't really like equating her to Madonna, because I think that she's got her own thing, and everybody, I think the only reason that people really equate her to Madonna is because of the sort of similar response she is creating that Madonna did. You know, very edgy, very controversial, using taboo or quote-unquote blasphemous imagery in her videos. I mean, this Alejandro thing has set up quite a... You know, when I saw that video for the first time, I follow her on Twitter. She probably didn't read this fucking message, because she's got like 100,000, who knows how many goddamn people following her. She got over 1 million, I'm sure. But I'm like, this woman, you are going down in history with this video. Period. I'm not full of shit. I know it for a fact. This video is not her iconic video, but she's still going down in history for it. Because of the context, because of the content, because of the visuals that are in it, the controversial... I mean, there are fans on this video, and they're bitching, and they're like, man, I love Lady Gaga, but I think she went too far for whatever reason. Me, I'm like, shit, this is some great art. I love the fact that all these people are having this problem. Maybe we'll get rid of all the douchebag 15-year-olds who think Lady Gaga is this, you know, I don't know what the hell, some sort of person worthy of worship. She's just a normal human being who apparently has... She makes me feel like I'm stupid. Really, she does. I can easily see her lasting not just another 10 or 15 years. I can see her lasting... If you want to use Madonna and her career and how it has stayed for as long as it has, I'll agree to that. In that sense, for being a female pop star with that kind of longevity, I can see it. Now, I'm not a soothsayer, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. I think she's got the ability to have a 20-plus year long career. Kesha? No. Not unless the woman pulls something out of her ass. Her first album, I went into it listening to it objectively. I like TikTok. It's a fun song. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not even going to download it illegally, really. I'll listen to it whenever it pops up, or occasionally I'll go to YouTube and listen to it if I'm in the mood. But there's not that sort of personal synergy that I have with it. I don't like it. I don't like the album. I couldn't even get through all of it. I know that's a little misguided, I suppose, on my part, because I didn't listen to all of it, and I hear that there are other songs on the album towards the end that are better, but seriously, if I can't get through half of it, I don't really think I'm going to be able to get through all of it. Kesha will have some staying power because of the money that's invested in her, of course. She's not a one-hit wonder, obviously. Unless she just blows our mind with something, I don't see it. And because I'm really not that involved in the music industry as to who is who and what's what, I don't know who is who or what's what when it comes to their career. I only know what I go off on, what I can base it on, the speculations on Moo and whatever else I find on the internet, if I ever look. I think, this wasn't brought up, but why not? I bought Britney Spears' Circus album because I liked it. Now, I'm not fully drawn to every single song on it. They all have their merits, and a lot of them have their flaws, major flaws. But overall, it's not a bad album. There's actually some fun songs in there. Womanizer, If You Seek Amy, which is obviously a play on words, which is, to me, I like shit like that anyway. Circus is an awesome song. It's got great energy to it. Kill the Lights, I think, is somewhat of a hidden gem in my mind. I don't think of it enough. I don't remember it enough, but when it plays, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this song. It's kind of fun. I think there was another one. Got a playlist, so why not? Let's see. Womanizer, Circus, Kill the Lights. Radar. Radar's a fun song, too. There's even some rather emotional songs in this. My Baby is... It's kind of sweet. So, yeah. Oops, I broke a rule. Well, I deleted that post anyways. Well, whenever you're fucking ready, get up in here. The more people I have, the better this goes on. And I know you're not going to listen to this because, well, you're apparently doing some sort of Mario Kart bullshit. Fucker. So right now, I am listening to the Fame Monster in reverse order. And I'm not listening to it backwards because I wouldn't be able to understand anything anyway. Now, I'm probably going to try that at some point anyway, just because it sounds fun. But the weird thing is the song will end, and it goes to the wrong one. I'm like, wait a minute. No. It's supposed to be... When Alejandro ends, it's not supposed to be Bad Romance. It's supposed to be Monster. God damn it. Now, granted, that only lasts for a few minutes. Well, not even that. It's for a few seconds, because obviously then the song starts playing, and then I'm enjoying myself. But then I get into the song, and then it ends, and I'm thinking, let's say Bad Romance ends. I'm like, oh yeah, time for fucking Alejandro. And then all of a sudden, BAM! Teeth! Like, what the hell? Oh, yeah, duh. Completely forgot. It's an interesting experience, I gotta admit. I started a thread on this in some dumbass posts. I had a wipe-free shit earlier. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Wouldn't it be that you walked into the bathroom, you sat down, or maybe you didn't sit down, you rubbed shit all over your ass, and then you sat back down, water and shit were coming up into the toilet. While you were sitting down, the shit shot up into your ass, and the shit that was already on your ass crawled into your ass at the same time. And then, when that was all said and done, you got up, you put your pants back on, and then you left. Yeah, I got a little, I guess, pedantic with the with that statement and the backwards order of things. I know that has nothing to do with music, but who's to say this shit's gonna always end up with music? You know, maybe I forgot to put in the disclaimer that at any given time when I speak, music may not be involved, and very likely, music will probably not be involved. I will probably deviate to some other bullshit, and then somebody will have to put me back in line. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to Telephone, but apparently So Happy I Can Die won't be playing next. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't really realize that until it was over, and maybe that's the biggest issue right there, but that's kind of the point of this, is to talk about bullshit and kind of act like the radio. I probably could have just thrown in my little intro that I had from yesterday, but I really didn't want to do that. Plus, I like to ramble, and rambling tends to get length. I'm going to go ahead and post that and then respond to you. Maybe you'll listen to the rest of it. I don't know. Whatever. Ah, cocaine. At least I would assume that's how you pronounce that word. What do I think of metal? Well, shit, I've got a pretty extensive library. Well, I wouldn't say extensive. I like metal because when I was about 14, 15, I was introduced to metal. Now, I'd already listened to things like, Boston and Pink Floyd and the Eagles and Pat Benatar and Fleetwood Mac and stuff because of my parents, And I hated Pink Floyd for a long time. Metallica, I'm going to say, is my favorite band when it comes to metal. They've got an extensive library. Now, I don't like every song they have. That's pretty rare for anyone to like all of the songs that an artist has. If that's the case for you or anybody else, that's cool. I'm not going to judge you. Like I've said before, it's all subjective. If you like it for a reason, that's fine. That's cool. I have no judgment towards you other than, you know what? Enjoy yourself. I can, in a way, I kind of see through this. Maybe cocaine thinks I need to respond in a way that regards indie because of the whole indie metal bullshit. I don't have a whole lot of exposure to indie, and so I don't have much of an opinion regarding indie. The fact that we've got so many damn hipsters on Moo who seem to think that indie is the shit, that kind of deters me because it's like, you're acting like an asshole about this stuff, and you could go about it in another way. But I'm not going to change your behavior. I'll let you do it, or I'll figure it out on my own when the time comes. So, well, let's see. I equate metal to rock in a sense. Thrash, whatever. I don't care. Megadeth, I like some of their work. I do not try to compare them to Metallica like so many other people do. I don't care. Dave Mustaine has a pretty unique voice, and when I hear it, I usually like it. Same with James Hetfield. I like the Black Album. I really do. Hell, our local rock station here in Dallas, 97.1 The Eagle, this last Christmas, they played what they called the Black Christmas, and that was, they played the Black Album all day long the whole day on Christmas. And you know what? That was a great day. I didn't care. I liked it. I didn't listen to it all day because we weren't in Dallas all day, and so we didn't get to hear it all day. But if I had decided to turn it to that radio station, in all likelihood, I would not have had a problem with it. You know, maybe at some point I got tired of a particular song or whatever, who knows. I have a weird relationship with Metallica. The songs that I like, when I hear them, I listen to them. It's almost instinctual. Now, in recent days, I've sort of transgressed back towards my pop roots, and so I don't listen to it as often, and I don't necessarily listen to all of the songs that I normally would. My favorite Metallica song is Astronomy, which is a cover of, I believe, Blue Oyster Cult? And I don't really like their version of it. Sorry if anybody has a problem with that. I really don't give a shit, because it's my taste, not yours. So, if you have a problem with that, you can fuck off. But you can have a problem with it, and as long as I don't have to hear about it. I don't know if you could. Maybe it's considered metal. I don't know. I really don't know what the labels are for shit. You know, when I see somebody talk about shoegaze, I'm like, what the fuck is shoegaze? You know, and then I think actually somebody explained it where you're actually staring at your shoes while you make music. Really? This is what we resorted to? What do I want to look at while making my music? Now, okay, fine. Art is subjective. I think that's a little bullshit. But you know what? If you create something fine out of it, that's cool. I probably won't like it. I don't know. And I really don't care. I like whatever I like when I like it. But what I was going to say is Death Clock. I like Death Clock. Their second album is weird. I don't like it as much as the first album. My favorite song on there currently is Go Forth and Die. And lyrically, it's about college. My next favorite song, which is like right under there, like maybe like 0.1 less. So let's say Go Forth and Die is 10. Right under that at 9.9 is Death Harmonic. Because I like classical music and I like rock, like hard rock or thrash or metal or whatever combine. I like it when people combine music stylings together. And classical music, for whatever reason, seems to work with all sorts of shit. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop there. Okay, I'm sitting here watching this link that was posted, and when she throws in that oh god, I just fucking busted out laughing. I fucking love it. I haven't seen this one before. To the side, there's another one, Poker Face Acoustic BBC Radio. That one I actually have favorited because I like that performance. It's fucking awesome. And I'm actually gonna link it in there when I do this, when I post this. That was very theatrical, and you know, maybe that's the reason why everybody has this opinion of her. It's because, excuse me, you know, she's very theatrical. She's all about the performance. It doesn't matter when it is. You know, she talks about living the lie in a very real sense. I mean, that's why you see her at her sister's graduation the other day in a goddamn beehive hat with sheer but, you know, not completely transparent pants, wearing, you know, this crazy big-ass heels. And I'm going to tell you, that's one of the biggest reasons, that's one of the main reasons why I like this woman. Because that behavior, that kind of characteristic in a person, to me, that obscure, that weird, that eccentric personality, to me, is normal. All you other people who think she's weird, I think you're fucking crazy. I really do. And this is why I am so incredibly excited about seeing this performance. I've got shit seats. I'm actually going to post that picture too. Because why the hell not, right? That way you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's see. Seat. And I don't know where you're getting the whole "you have to be drinking" thing. Is it because I'm listening to the Fame Monster backwards? Shit. Hell, I'll go ahead and post my my Last FM profile just so you'll know how much I've listened to this goddamn album. I've been listening to it for so long. And I've only been a fan for just over 2 months. I mean, Easter Sunday was the first day I had heard or seen a music video. I watched Bad Romance, and I liked it. And I didn't know why. I felt guilty. I felt bad. I felt weird. It's like, why the hell do I like this? Why the fuck won't this song get out of my head? What the fuck is wrong with me? But then I, kind of gathered myself, and, I started listening to her discography, and I got to speechless, and I cried like a little pussy, and I don't care, because I have emotions, and I will accept them. So yeah. But that BBC performance, and I'm going to go ahead and link another one. It's Just Dance, but it's an acoustic version. Now, the sound quality is not the greatest, for whatever reason. I guess it's the camera that was used, but it is by far the best acoustic performance that I've heard of this woman. The next, like right under that one, would be, what the hell? When she did her Brit performance this year, she did an acoustic version of Telephone. It was in memoriam of Alexander McQueen, who she was friends with, and he committed suicide at I think the age of 40 or whatever. But she lives in a world of drama. I mean, she is drama incarnate. Not the bitchy drama shit you see in high school or in college or whatever. We're talking about like full-on, true human drama, and that is her world. And the people she surrounds herself with have that as well. And so a fashionista, a gay man, who is, he Alexander McQueen was gay. He dealt with all the drama that's involved in this world, and all that shit. I really don't know how to sort of elaborate on that, but whatever. She's going to be exposed to it, but somehow it works. So, bitches love smiley faces, and I know that's supposed to be a cute face, but a little bit of conversation would be nice. That way I at least have something to talk about. And yeah, I'm consuming alcohol, and yes, I talk randomly, so maybe I provide my own banter. But come on, a little bit more would be nice. Please? Oh, Teeth, you decided to join the fucking party! Shit, I'm almost done with my 4th beer, god damn. I started this shit at, what? What's the post of the original? Let's see. Well, it says 2:33 here. I don't know if that's actual. Hold on. Oops. No, so it was at 1:30-ish. Took you long enough, dickhead. Welcome to the fucking party! And apparently I've got a few people now. Maybe your tits did bring in some people. If that's the case, thank you. Cool Top, I don't know if you're responding to something I said. Perhaps you are, because I did mention shoegaze. But I don't fucking know what shoegaze is. I don't know what wait, hold on, I'm gonna go over here to Pizza's fucking teeth. Pizza Core! What the fuck is Pizza Core? I don't understand. It doesn't make any damn sense to me, okay? Maybe I'm just stupid. Or, well, no, I'm not stupid. Maybe I'm just ignorant. And for the most part, I kind of don't care. I mean, you know, willful ignorance in general is kind of bad, but willful ignorance about something like a label called Pizza Core, I think we're okay. Well, it turns out my math was wrong. It's not almost 7 hours, 5 hours and 50 minutes, but still, almost 6 hours. I mean, that's almost 6 hours straight if you compiled it all together. Granted, I have a job that basically requires me to do nothing, and so I'll go upstairs every now and then. I'll just like, okay, I want to watch Alejandro. Put it in 480p, make it bigger. I also have it on my PSP too, so if for whatever reason I can't go upstairs to the office and watch it, and my company doesn't seem to give a damn about me using YouTube as long as I don't do something stupid. So yeah, I'll sit there and watch the damn thing. And I like it. Every time I watch it, there's something new. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Oh, well, you know, it was fun having you around for a little while, keeping me company. Maybe the other individuals, the 3 trip fags, I believe. Lady Gaga's, Teeth, Cool Top. I don't know if Cool Top will stick around. Cool Top seems pretty spazzy. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I see it. That's not necessarily true, however. And then cocaine. Cocaine! Stick around! I need something to counteract this booze. See you later, Abradix. Abradix. Something about dicks. That's why I have that picture, because she's fucking pretty as hell. Now, I don't know where it was taken, but if you look at the name of that picture, it says Kawaii, and that means she's cute. And god damn it, she is fucking cute in that picture. I've been listening to this as we've been going along, and I just listened to my farewell to Abradix, and I'm like, something about dicks. I finished my 5th beer. I'm not gonna drink anymore. I don't know how drunk I am because I don't have a blood alcohol content meter, breathalyzer. But I'm having fun, and at this point, I don't really think it's going to consist of music-related anything. It's the more of a... You know what? Fuck it. What's going on, Teeth? You know, I thought of that earlier, and I was like, your responses have mostly been very brief, and I realize it's not much of a conversation if all you say is 1 or 2 words, and then I have to work on that, and so... You know, what's going on with you? You having fun? You enjoying my thread? Is there anything you're thinking about? Is there a chick you want to fuck? You know, other than Gaga, of course, because I'm sure you want to fuck her. You know, what is it? Her teeth? Is there something about... You know what? Actually, that's a perfect question. Why did you name yourself as such? I'm going to let you go ahead and answer that question. Yes, she's also cute in that picture. I really actually like that interview a lot. I think it's a little... In fact, I think the reason I like that interview so much is because previous to the show studio interview, it was the most recent interview that she had that was readily available. Now, if there were other interviews, I didn't know what the hell they were, and I didn't know where they were. And... it was the last interview she had before I became a fan. So it was like the finale, in a way. But it wasn't enough, because, hell, the telephone hadn't even come out when that interview came out. When she had that interview with Jonathan Ross. I love that interview. I wish she had actually been on the damn phone talking to him the whole time. It was fucking cute as hell. Especially when she just, like, giggled. Oh, and you know what's funny? I don't know if you know this or anybody else knows this, but I have yet to see or in any other way witness her laughing her ass off. A full-throated, hearty laugh. It's always a giggle or a chuckle or you know, some sort of almost a pantomime, if you will. In that first interview she has with Jonathan Ross, he says something, I don't remember what the hell it is, and she just kind of, you know, arches back a little bit and has this big giggle on her face, but she doesn't fucking laugh. It's cute, but she doesn't laugh. I have yet to hear this woman full-on laugh. I don't even remember, now granted my memory sucks, and that was a 2-hour interview, but I don't remember her actually really laughing ever full-on in that show studio interview. And if you've got source, you better provide it. Because I want to see this, I want to hear this. Because this is apparently non-existent. Good. No, you don't want to know as much about her as I do, because I spent way too much time watching interviews, and over again, by the way. That interview with her wearing that telephone hat, I've probably seen it about 10 times, at least. Both parts. Because the available, the whole interview is like 20-something minutes long. It's like around 20 minutes. And I've watched it over and over and over again. I have way too much time at work to just bullshit. You know, usually getting around the, like, soon-to-be hour and a half mark before it's time to leave, I pretty much have nothing to do. And so I can go up to my office and bullshit all night. Watch stupid videos of whatever the hell I want, and it's some sort of interview. I mean, she has an interview on NoiseVox that's an hour long, and I watched the whole thing one day, just straight. It's like 9 minutes here, 9 minutes there, whatever. The only reason I know so much is because I have the opportunity to know so much. If I didn't have the opportunity, I wouldn't know as much. And in reality, is it really a desirable trait to have that much knowledge about somebody you'll never really get to know? I mean, for me, knowledge is power, but it's kind of frustrating. This is all I get. That's it. The only thing I get from this woman is whatever is available on YouTube or whatever. And mostly it's fucking YouTube, because that's pretty much where everything ends up anyway. You know, let me give you a perspective of things. When I heard Speechless for the first time, I watched a version that had the lyrics. And as stated before earlier today and otherwise, I cried my eyes out when it happened. And then I saw the performance where she was, where Bevo was opening, where she's got that huge ass fucking hair bow. And I'm gonna go ahead and post that picture. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doop-a-doo. Speechless. Make sure that's the right picture. Yes, that's the right picture. And you know, I saw that performance, and I thought, wow, this bitch has got some insane performing skills. She's making this song sound like it's this truly emotional thing. And unbeknownst to me, at the time, I had no clue as to what the story was, the story behind the song. I find out, and I'm like, holy shit. So I started looking more into it. I probably spent about 4 days watching as many live performances of this song as I could, and most of them were like TV show performances and stuff. And then I ran into a video of her in Toronto, where at one point when she starts on the bridge and she gets to the point where she says, after all the boys and girls that we've been through, would you give it all up? Would you give it all up if I promised boy to you? And at this point she stops singing and she starts slamming her fists on the piano, and she's just throwing a tantrum. She gets her foot up there and she's just beating the shit out of this stuff. And the next thing you see of her is she's arching back a little bit, and it looks like she's in the midst of crying, and she's almost got a spit bubble going on. And you can't fucking fake that shit. It's not fucking possible. You can't fake that physiological response. Tears, okay, but basically drooling while crying is almost impossible. And that's where you get that spit bubble and whatnot. And she continues it, and she's still crying, and she's shaking her fist. And when I saw that performance, I realized the true humanity this woman has. And I think that is when it finally solidified and concreted my fandom. I mean, the song in of itself was the crux of it all. It was the reason why I became a fan. And I spent pretty much an entire week watching her cry while singing this song. I don't know if that's something to be jealous of. I'll let you decide that. Fine. At this point, since you're going to bed and nobody else has responded, TOTKORadio is signing off. No, I'm not going to say it this time.
Talking to my name back on 4chan. Totko, he doesn't know why he's doing it. I think it's cause he's at work and he had nothing else to do. Totko, we love you, Totko. Just keep talking to us with your sexy, sexy, sexy